Hello, so today, wait, I'm gonna need you for just a second more. Sorry. Hello, so today I'm going to show you how to make soap embeds. So I need some more cherry embeds because I have a lady who orders many bars of cherry soap from me. And I need to refill my embeds. So I'm going to use this cherry mold, which I purchased online and don't like at all, but I use it just to get it. It's super hard to get the cherries out. I don't really like it. But then I went to the store, cherries were on sale, made 3 of these homemade cherry molds that I made myself. And these are my favorite because they're really squishy and you can get your cherries out super simple. So today I'm going to show you how to make embeds. Okay, so to get started, I take my melt and pour soap and I have it right here, already pre-chopped. I get it in the big 25-pound blocks, which is not the best way to do it, I don't think. And I'm going to melt this in the microwave until it's melted, add my color, and pour them in here. I'll show you how I do that. So you can see here, I still have some chunks in my soap. So I'm going to break them up as best as I can, get it stirred, just to kind of dissolve, and then I'm going to microwave it for another 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, so now I have it all melted. So I'm going to pour in my color. Just gently stir. You don't want it to get all really bubbly, just get it mixed in. Push down any lumps, just like that. Now I'm going to spray. Actually, I probably got a little too much in there. I think I made that just a little too much coloring. Okay. You know, that's an awful lot of coloring. I think I put too much in there. I should have done about half of that. So I'm gonna mix this in, but I'm gonna melt a little bit more melt and pour in here and break it up and get it in here. There's the dog clanking in. Kind of doing it slowly so they'll maybe dissolve a little bit as we're going here. Or melt, I should say, not dissolve, but melt. Okay, now I'm going to microwave this just for another 30 seconds or so and be right back. All right, it's very, very full. Oops, not totally melted yet. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and do my first pour here. And dissolve it as much as I can. Actually, it's dissolving pretty well, or melting. Spraying the top to get rid of excess bubbles. And okay, so here we go. Wow, this is really full. Let's try a different method. Normally I just pour it in there, but this is so incredibly full. I'm afraid I'm going to dump it everywhere. And I probably would. Scoop it in. If you get some on the sides, just scoop it into the hole. Now I have found with embeds that I really need to fill them so that they're the full, oh, how do I say, the full, don't skimp and try to save money and making smaller embeds, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because if you do, they break and you don't want unhappy customers. So always make sure everything is really nice and full. And this is one area where I have found it's not worth to try and save money. I've had too many embeds break. And then my soap is ruined and I have to discount my soap for when I could have just spent another penny on making my embeds thicker. And now what I do is, as soon as this all dries, when I get it slopped over the edges like this, I take a knife, like a butter knife, and scrape off the top, and I'll show you how I do that in a little bit. Okay, so now let's see if I can pour this. Not feeling too good today, so my chronic fatigue syndrome is really acting up, so yeah, I don't have the steadiest hand today. And that's just life with CFS. All right, so I'll fill this other one, and then I'll come back and pop these out and show you how they work. Okay, so it's been about, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes. You can see these are all set up. So I just take and pop them out like that. Now this particular one has some issues, and every single time I have to trim off that little bit, and I have to go in and trim out the top. I need to put an X or something down there to remind myself not to pour it in that one, but I keep forgetting. And then we're just gonna pop them out like this. Now, this leftover, I just peel it off like this. And if it's on the counter, I usually use a kitchen knife, but I have this one, so my little paring knife here, and scrape it up. Put it back in here, melt it again, and then refill them. And start the process all over again. Now, if it's like this, I'll just take my little knife and I'll just gently take it off, just like that. Whoops, oh dear, and drop it back in there. Oh, shoo, thank goodness. There I go. Okay, so that's how you make embeds. Super, super simple. I'm gonna go make about 150 of these, and then I'm gonna come make my chocolate cherry soap. Forgot to mention, because in my first pour I didn't have this problem, but if you look, sometimes you can get little bubbles on top of your embeds. Now, the reason why I didn't spray it is because this is the bottom of my embed, so it doesn't really matter for what I'm doing. But let's say this is the top of your embed and there's some little dots. See how those just broke up? Just put some 91% alcohol, rubbing alcohol, in a spray bottle. And then when you spray the tops, it'll break all the bubbles and they will go away.